When he was nearly 13, my brother Jem got his arm badly broken at the elbow. Anybody know what classic American novel this is the first line of? It's Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, if you have read this, think about what you read it on. Most people would say, I read this in a paperback book. However, according to the results of a series of telephone surveys carried out by Pew Research Center's Internet and American Life Project, 21% of Americans use ebooks. Even though ebooks are becoming more common, they are not just like real books. They are different, and sometimes they can be worse for our learning. Let's get deeper into what an ebook really is, the advantages and disadvantages of ebooks compared to real books, and pick which is best for you. Books are better than ebooks in my opinion, but I know you all love reading and you all use physical books. In today's society, most of us have a cell phone, tablet, or even a Kindle. These devices allow us to download just about anything, including ebooks. The Kindle is the most common device to read an ebook. The Kindle's original use was for reading ebooks in its different settings that allow you to change the font and the lighting. Along with books, it now has magazines and newspapers that you can purchase. The new Kindle Fire retails for about $60. The Kindle isn't the only type of e-reader out there. On any Apple device, they have apps preloaded on them that allow you to download books, music, newspapers, and even movies. The nice thing about using an ebook on an Apple device is more than likely you have it on your phone, so you already have a book wherever you go. Another common device for using ebooks, according to Ben Taylor of Time magazine, last updated August 2010, is that Barnes & Noble has their Nook. Of course, Barnes & Noble wasn't going to miss out on any opportunity to make money off of a book. So they invented a little portable book tablet. Now we know the difference between an ebook and a normal book, so let's look at the advantages of both. As humans, we all have flaws, and unfortunately, sometimes our technology does too. Ebooks have a great invention, however. Why is only 21% of our country using them? Ebooks allow us to take many of our favorite books anywhere we want. They also help us get books quicker, and we don't have to order them or go to a store to buy them. But ebooks cost money, and so do the devices we read them on. So really, you are paying more for a book than normal. They also have to be charged. When was the last time you charged a paperback book? According to Maya Slivatsid of Time magazine, published March 14, 2012, you don't retain as much information while reading ebooks as you do reading paperback books. Well, I have held a paperback book before, and I assume you all have too. Some people don't really like books because they are too big to carry around, but they also say that it's better to feel a real book while reading than a piece of plastic. A lot of critics also whine about the real book taking up too much room in their house. But I know a group of people who will buy a book, read it, and pass it on to another. And if this book you really like it, you keep it. Some other advantages of real books, if you don't feel the temptation to get off the reading app and go watch Netflix or Hulu. Also, if you lose your page in a real book, it's a lot easier to find than if you lose it in an ebook. So now that we understand what each option can offer, we need to see what truly fits for you. We are all made differently, so we all have different needs. So what's our need when it comes to books? The first question is, how much do you travel? If you travel a lot for work or other reasons, you may still like to read on ebooks. And sometimes if you like to keep up on the daily news, you like magazines on your ebooks and newspapers. So an ebook is probably better for you. But if you don't travel that often, I would suggest a normal book for a more fulfilling experience. Another question you should ask is, what do you plan to do with books after? If you are reading an ebook, it's in your shelf forever, But if you have a real book, then you can trade with another person and get a new book. Am I going to be tempted to go on other apps instead of reading? If you don't have enough self-control to not go on other apps and get distracted from reading, I say that a real book is the best bet for you. Again, most bookworms prefer real books to ebooks. Even though ebooks are becoming more common, they are not just like real books. They are different, and sometimes they can be worse for our learning. We learned more about ebooks and some advantages and disadvantages of them, and also hopefully helping you decide which is the best for you. As most books conclude, the end.